Greetings, my beloved New York City bar community. I hope and pray that you are healthy in both body and mind, that you are safe, and yes, that you are also even finding joy, even in these challenging times. We are facing an unprecedented triple challenge: the coronavirus, the worst economy since the Great Depression, and a historic racial justice inflection point. And this is happening all while we head into the home stretch of the most important election of our lifetime. In this context, with a solemn sense of purpose, I wholeheartedly embrace my role as president of the New York City Bar Association. As I've been telling friends and family, it's definitely been more challenging than I ever could have imagined, but I am committed, and it has become truly a labor of love. As the City Bar marks its 150th anniversary, it behooves us to reflect on the context in which and the purpose for which we were founded. Founded in the aftermath of the Civil War to create a justice system free of corruption, reflecting our nation's ideals as expressed by our founders, however imperfectly envisioned or implemented, as now illuminated by today's social norms and mores. Our work continues across generations and eras. We have faced difficult times before, and we will triumphantly do so now. After all, we are #New York Strong, and we stand as a bar of hope. As members of this storied bar association, each of you are leaders of the legal profession, and I'm hoping that you'll join me in recognizing the crucial role and responsibility of lawyers in our society. Yes, that concept of noblesse oblige, in working together for positive change. Despite this new normal of sheltering in place and virtual business affairs, please know that the City Bar has been exceptionally busy and has not missed a beat. We're actually working harder than ever. In fact, let me share with you a few significant factoids. From July 2019 until now, our committees submitted 208 reports, 85 of them since the COVID crisis began in mid-March. During the same time period a year ago, it was 162. And our number of issued reports has also gone up from 150 to 177. Moreover, I'm pleased to report that we've had over 15,500 live attendances at our online programs since mid-March, with over 60 COVID-related programs. Also, we've had over 9,400 on-demand views so far this year, which is about the same as to what the City Bar did during the entire year of 2019. Now, notwithstanding the need to respond to unpredicted events that may arise, I have 6 areas on which I truly believe we must all focus. They're all interrelated, they all work together, and they all point toward the same goal, that is, a more just society. Now, more immediately, and without which the others certainly will not be possible, we have first COVID-19 recovery projects. The Council on the Profession, led by Fordham Law Dean Matthew Diller and attorney Melissa Colon-Bosalet, heard my call and have responded with great urgency, working through thorny issues like how to support law school students and how to operate law schools this fall amid the COVID-19 pandemic. In fact, we have an important panel with area law school deans coming up on Wednesday, August 16th. So please be sure to join us. Now, I must also acknowledge the Immigration and Nationality Law Committee, the Criminal Law and Corrections Cluster, and the Judiciary Courts Cluster, as they have been examining and deliberating about federal rule changes and court administrative issues and openings. Second initiative, criminal justice reform. George Floyd. Need I say more? I want to thank the Mass Incarceration Task Force and Criminal Committees Cluster for the important work in which they are currently engaged. And I'd certainly be remiss if I did not mention that just 2 weeks ago, I had the privilege to moderate a powerful group of panelists who came together to discuss the policing of Black and brown bodies, meaning the dehumanization of those communities in the incidents of police misconduct. We discussed not just the challenges, but also potential solutions. Please stay tuned for a continuation of such discussions in the near future. And in addition to our criminal justice committees, we certainly rely on our civil rights, pro bono, and legal services, as well as diversity, equity, and inclusion committees to get the full picture with respect to the intersectionality of criminal justice, racial justice, and civil rights issues. So thank you to all. Third, access to justice. We place great emphasis on pro bono service, walking the walk one client at a time, and informing the work of our committees. Hard at work on access to justice issues are the City Bar Justice Center, the Legal Hotline, the Veterans Assistance Project, our Legal Referral Service, and the Pro Bono and Legal Services Committee. Thank you so much for doing what I call God's work. Now, given the economic depression in which we find ourselves, I must especially give a shout out to those working on COVID-related projects to help small businesses. I sincerely thank you. Number 4, the initiative of diversity, equity, and inclusion. We at the City Bar are putting our own house in order and are challenging others in the legal industry to do the same. Can there be equity in society if we lack diversity among those who make the wheels of justice turn? As this initiative has been a lifelong passion of mine, I'd like to thank the Office of Diversity, Equity, Inclusion, led by Deborah Martin Owens, as well as the Diversity Committee's cluster. Number 5, the initiative of protection of the rule of law. The rule of law is the foundation of our democracy. It's at the core of our Constitution that sets forth the powers of our government and the rights of our people. It is the supremacy of the law in our nation which ensures that no one can claim to be above it. That the City Bar felt the need to create a task force to protect the rule of law, in my opinion, speaks volumes about the times in which we are currently living. The federal government's treatment of peaceful protesters at Lafayette Square and members of the press, as well as protesters in Portland, Oregon, are among the recent events that the task force has addressed. There have been countless reports, letters to Congress, and formal statements pointing out the failures and misdeeds of this administration and the Department of Justice. And we must stay vigilant and certainly bear witness during this election season. Among our members are leading election law experts who will have plenty to do to help ensure a fair election open to all eligible voters. It is with an immense debt of gratitude that I must give a shout out to Stephen Cass and the task force on the rule of law, which he leads. I'd also like to thank the task force on the independence of lawyers and judges for their important work as well. The 6th and final initiative is that of mental health and wellness. Wow, it's last but not least, because we all must pace ourselves and practice self-care to engage and most effectively in this work. Mental health and wellness, it's another positive cultural sea change, if you would. We here at the City Bar have been advocating and working toward the implementation of a mandatory CLE for mental health and wellness of those in the law profession. The ABA gets it, the legal media gets it, but now we must fully embrace it as well. To that end, I'd like to thank the Legal Assistance Program led by Eileen Travis, as well as the Mindfulness and Wellbeing Committee for trying to keep us all more healthy. So those are the big 6. The initiatives on which I would really like us to focus as much attention and energy as we can muster. We've been working really hard at the City Bar. I've been having meetings with the chairs of our 150 plus committees. Executive Director Brett Parker and the rest of my City Bar posse, as I like to call them, include Maria Salenti, Mary Margulis Onuma, Deborah Martin Owens, Eric Friedman, and Martha Harris. They have been working overtime and very closely with me to make sure that I stay on top of things and fight the good fight. So I'm thankful to them. I'm also thankful to my law firm, Arnold and Porter K. Scholler, LLP, for its tremendous vote of confidence and support of my role at the City Bar. I couldn't ask for better colleagues at this moment in time. So thank you. Now, please know, we all have much work to do in society as a whole, and it is the legal profession, our beloved New York City Bar, which must lead and play an important role in these matters. Now, I'm here to serve you humbly at your pleasure, but please understand that without you, the City Bar is nothing. Just like the folks exercising their First Amendment rights in the streets, without each other, we are nothing. But together, everything is possible. United we stand, divided we fall. So Now's the time. Please come join the City Bar. And if you haven't yet, please, 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 please pay your dues. We really need the support. We have great work that we're doing and even more planned, but we do need more funds. We need your time, talent, and financial support. Now, please, this is the time to engage. Apply to a committee to help implement some of those policy changes I mentioned. Our committee members are our experts. We rely on their expertise and their deliberation and consideration of various points of view and voices. We take our cues from our committees. They lead the charge on policy positions and programs. In fact, what distinguishes the City Bar from other associations is that it's more of a bottom-up approach than the top-down. So believe me when I say that you really and truly can make a difference here. Please educate yourself with the online programming we're doing that's attracting hundreds of your colleagues and peers. I tell you something, it's an embarrassment of riches, the outstanding programming we provide to our members. I also encourage you to just come and network with the legal community in New York City to further your career. Now, all who know me well know that my motto is, to whom much is given, much is required. And it has never been so much true as it is right now in these trying times. So won't you please join me? Let's unite and shore up our beloved democracy. Let's speak truth to power. Let's be a voice for the voiceless. Let's protect our most vulnerable populations. Let's be #NewYorkStrong. And let's set the bar high. For indeed, my brothers and sisters, we are the bar of hope. Comments, questions, and suggestions are more than welcome. Please send them to me at sboston@nycbar.org. I need you to take care of yourselves. I need you to stay healthy and safe. And to all of you, from my heart to yours, I wish you peace and blessings. Thank you.